I think, are we ready to have Ms. Skourtou, Professor? Because our next speaker comes from Rhodes. Hopefully she's going to be connected with us now.
Yes.
Eleni.
Yeah, I can hear you, Evgenia.
Good, thank you. Good morning, Eleni. Eleni
Good
Skourtou
morning.
is a professor from the University of Rhodes, Aegean in Rhodes, and she's coordinating a project, a Roma project, and trying to do certain interventions with their kids, and of course try to enable literacy skills in this community and enhance them in order to change the model of the productivity model in this community. And that, of course, will come through education and through acquiring new literacy skills starting from the kids. Professor Skourtou will talk to us about the educational studies and cultural mediation notes to a case study from Rhodes. So she's going to present to us her work with Roma kids. Thank you.
Thank you, Evgenia. Thank you for the invitation and for the opportunity to be with you. I will try to describe for you some activities my students are involved in with Roma students. My students, the students who are taking my seminar, Introduction to Literacy, had the opportunity to work with Roma students to support them in literacy activities, either in school or in at home, which I'm trying to reflect upon now with you is what they have learned and what we have learned by supporting Roma students mainly at home in the community. I'm talking about a number of 7 participants, 70 students who acted as tutors in the school year 2011-12, and 120 participants in the next year, in the year just before. And what the students were asked to do were actually, while they were supporting the Roma children in the literacy activities, they should concentrate more on themselves rather than the children or on the activity itself. They were asked to make a daily recording of what they were doing. They were given a form saying actually today, date November 14th, with the child named Kostas, age 8, we did this and this, and they made small remarks to this, but they had to keep a very detailed personal diary about what they have done every day. And then at the end, they had to write a self-evaluation of this activity. Concentrate themselves, that means they had to write down, to observe themselves, write down their own attitudes, the fears they had starting with the program, the knowledge they were supposed to have, the skills, the observations they made during the program, and they had to write down what they have learned from the Roma children, from their students, that is to spot, to focus, to see, to make visible what prior knowledge children have brought into this educational activity. Well, the response of the students was very positive. All of the students, none of them was negative. All they were very positive in what they have done. But all of them, with no exception, they could not provide any information about the kind of knowledge Roma children brought into this pedagogical relationship. My students' tutors, they were very excited about what they were doing, but they were not able to, they had no tools, they were not able to say, these children we're working with, they know something. For example, they were very able my students to say what the children did not know, the gaps the students had in relationship to the school knowledge, in relationship to their peers in the schools. The only positive knowledge the students could identify was any kind of knowledge that was similar or identical with school knowledge. Anything else that was apart from this, I mean, anything else could not be visible to them. Anything that was culturally, for example, orientated. Positive outcomes was that the tutors came very close to the Roma students. They were at their homes, they were with their family, and then they went pendulum between the community and the school, my students as tutors. They had the opportunity to talk to the parents and the children. They actually were involved in genuine intercultural communication. They were asking questions to the parents in order to be able to work with the children. They made suggestions. They invented way of teachings. They were very good. A very positive outcome was the intensive educational relationship between tutor and students. At the end of the period, many of the students did not. I mean, they kept going to the community without being, without having any responsibility for this. They just wanted to as volunteers. The most positive outcome of all was, in my opinion, was that the students came to refer to my students, the tutors, came to refer to their students not as Roma children in general, but by name. They talked not about the Roma children, they talked about Yannis, Kostas, Chrysula, whatever the names of the children were. That is, for the first time in their life, actually, students as tutors saw and realized that Roma children had a name, a personality, and they were visible to them. The suggestion I would like to do is that if we want to work with students, with teachers to be, or with teachers as cultural mediations, we have to elaborate both on their positive experiences, on the limitation of the experience as well. I mean, the positive experience came out of the fact that they really went there, worked with real people. The limitations were the cultural limitations, a limitation in the kind of tools they had to work with, the students, my students. At the end, I would like to show you a picture of the activity that emerged during the activities, and comment on this. This is a birthday party, and the question is, who has the birthday party? This is where in the community, you see the house, how it looks like. You see the children, this is the small children, and these are my students here, 3 of my students. Actually, the birthday party is not for this guy, it's for this student here. The student, without having this was her own idea, had celebrated her birthday in the car, brought the cake, celebrated the car, in the house here with the students. What that means that these students made quite a long way, bringing into the house their own cultural ways of celebration that make sense to the students, to the children as well. This is something we have to discuss a lot with my students, because it has both good and important, but not always very good aspects. That means we have to talk about what does it mean to go and celebrate with people that they are so poor, the children, they had not seen such a cake before, and talked about this, not to make of this just a cultural nice event. This is all actually what I wanted to tell you, and this is what I'm working now with my students. At this point, we work on elaborating all the evaluations the students brought in and see how we could focus, where we could focus in order to develop out of our students cultural mediations. Thank you very much.